Alright, hello everyone, my name is Disc. This is a pit of Saron 20. Started breaking into 20s, and this one I had no expectation to time it, but we did with a minute to spare. It's a pretty good queue overall. I think there's a lot of things we can talk about.
5.
I've been playing
4,
a lot of Oracle,
3,
obviously.
2, 1.
And at this higher level, it's really kind of, it's helping me see the difference between Voidweaver and Oracle. But where we're at right now, best word of advice to anyone playing Oracle is it's a playstyle that's testing your reaction times. So at least in Pit of Saron, it's really all about reaction times with your Shadow Mends, reaction times with your penance,
3,
timing your spells for the right
1.
moments. So I set my focus early, I fade early, and start opening with dots in my first couple of penance. First thing out is our PI. And as an overall kind of theme, things I think about on a pull like this, there were a couple. Just keeping my dots active. So I spent a couple of globals there to add a couple more to the field. Put both my penance on cooldown and then uppies. So uppies, I think, is a really great spell. A lot of people would criticize it for not being like as strong as they might want necessarily. But a couple things I think about with mine to kind of help them be their best. I had a ton of dots out there before I went up. I put both my penance on cooldown first, spreading even more dots. I believe I played my Mind Blast before I went up, just to have a nice penance when I come out. And you'd have to check me, but on the way up you can work in a Shadow Word Death, just for some extra output. But the biggest thing there, I would say, like if I were quote-unquote ramping towards my uppies, it'd be putting a lot of dots in the field, and atonements, obviously. Pretty big pull. Looks like I cast a handful of dots naturally. And yeah, it goes without saying, in a group like this, you're going to want to take Disease Dispel. So on the tank there, I'm trying to let it get to at least a 4 or 5 stack. And we see these curses go out. So we do have help from the Shaman. Props to the Shaman. My take on those curses is a Shadow Mend is really all you need to clear it. And so is a decurse. So yeah, it's nice to see some decurses. But that last one, I think it was a defensive penance I played into my ally to clear it. Getting a couple natural dots out here on the healthier mobs. So big problem of Oracle is our mana. So I'm keeping everyone alive. I'm completely doing my job if you ask me, but I have no mana. So pretty common. I don't know what I would do right now without Shadow Meld. So just as I'm watching myself here, I'm already thinking, where's my meld? There it is. So it's a little bit sag to play meld to drink, because we might want it for the birds. And I do miss a meld coming up. Okay, so while the pull is light on the start of this gather, I just spin globals getting dots out while everything is still light, if you will. We have both paints ups. There goes one. And evangelism. There that goes. So large pull, I'm just trying to keep my dots out. Offensive penance do great for that mission. And yeah, it was crazy. We had a minute to spare on this key, but the Paladin just had to go AFK for a minute. So I've talked about it before, but I'm finding it more and more useful. I have custom macros to fire Radiance, Evangelism, and now my shields at tank. The shield button, I don't know what I would do without it. Yeah, I've talked about it before, but with our shields or our void shields, largely they're either going to myself or the tank. So instead of having such frequent spells like be walled behind mousing over, I have macros for the tank. So yeah, it just turns it into a button, makes it really easy for such a frequent spell. It's really helpful with shields. Oh, it took me a while to get my target. So large pull, we have Ultimate Penitence. I'm going for my uppies ramp, if you will, getting all dots out here. And let's see if I get a Shadow Word Death on the way up. Mind Blast first, then the uppies with an Execute squeezed in. That's something I've noticed a lot of times. You have to like forego. You might not have the death to give. Sometimes I feel like I can't think that hard for a second. I just have to send the uppies. But I'm trying to check myself is what I'm saying and make sure I always get a spell there. So death is a great one. You could drop a shield on your way up. You could drop a instant radiance on the way up. A lot of things you can do. Evangelism. And with all of these heal absorbs, the curses, really just testing my reaction time. Alright, so there goes the PI. Yeah, I wasn't playing around with that one. Desperate Prayer and a defensive penance. Also in these higher keys, I'm trying to put my Voidweaver hat on and really fight for these executes. So every bit of power we can get in these higher keys helps. So switching targets for my dot spread, switching targets for executes. It is something I'm trying to do for the team here. Okay, so this... Yeah, you'd have to check my last meld, but I melded for the bird. I was picked up, but I overlapped with the freedom. So I really should have banked my meld for a drink and allowed the paladin to assist me. Yeah, we have 20 seconds on meld here. I'm trying to get all my dots out and just pump as much DPS as I can. I think we're waiting for the meld. Or actually, I don't think we've been freeing our camps. Okay, we get the meld. Yeah, the better play would be allow the paladin to be my assist. I don't think we coordinated that before the key, so yeah, overlap there did slow us down a little bit, but apparently we didn't free the people either. Okay, both paints ups. Just got PI, we have evangelism. And I think the gargoyle comes in late. So let's see. Probably gonna put both my penance on cooldown first. An extra natural dot in the field. And we have dispels. Yep. So not all dispels really are testing your reactions, but these are. And they're also setting us up for the boss. So not fully sure where the second magic went, but yeah, someone had a spell to take that off. But these, these magic dispels really got to push your reaction time, especially when we get to the boss. Yeah, I'm just going to take a quick dispel and then a quick heal for the others. Just something like the Shadow Mend, Void Shield, Defensive Penance. And then coming up on this boss is probably one of the best plays of this boss I've ever had. But we control the pack leader here of these guys and just farm the hell out of these zeros. So for Discipline, free executes. Massive. And this is an area where
Dodge.
I've talked about it in the past, but I use focus targeting in pretty much all of my pulls. This is a great place where focus targeting kind of comes in handy.
Tank hit.
I can tab to any one of the minions, then I have a keybind to return to my focus, which is the boss. And really all I'm thinking here with Mind Blast is I just run Mind Blast on absolute cooldown. And I play defensives on these stomps.
AoE.
So this first one is an uppies with a death worked in.
Dodge.
And those magic dots self-cleared somehow. 13.
Tank hit.
This monk, MVP, big time. Switch targets for an execute. Navigated back to the boss. In a case like this, so far I think all of my penance have gone offensive. Let's see if there are any defensive ones. Okay. Hints up myself worked out because I was selected as well. And then the second magic dot was taken care of by something. If anyone knows what was that, is it Stoneform?
Tank hit.
And
AoE.
generally with my Mind Blast too, I try and send my penance from a Mind Blast offensively. Sometimes I do send it defensively.
AoE.
Good. Quick dispel on one.
Dodge.
Shadow Mends.
Tank hit.
And a lot of times with my Mind Blast, I like to go ahead and play it
LS.
even when the penance is on cooldown, just to kind of get ahead of it with the
AoE.
sequencing.
Dodge.
So something you can always do, which I think is completely fair as the healer. So right before that stomp, I have one shield to give. You can at least give it to yourself. So that was part of my defensive
Tank hit.
lineup there. Worked out because I had the magic dot too. And we're done. So didn't perfectly do it there, but something else I think about as soon as combat ends anywhere is keep my palms rolling. So I quickly look who has a palm and I give them an extra. It's very small healing, but it is something you can do even though combat's ended. I don't think it's a bad idea. Okay. I have pain steps and evangelism. There goes evangelism. And sorry for the video, I don't know what quest this is that's like highlighting all the enemies and putting this on their nameplate, but really annoying. defensive penance. And a lot of times I notice too, at the start of a pull, I can afford more offensive penance. But then as health gets lower towards the end of a pull, I start switching over to defensive. Turn the tank before I lost range. Got Shadow Mend. Let's see, so we have uppies here too. Let's ramp with some dots first. Handle the other mechanics. Get atonements out. Mind Blast. Yeah, I always like putting Mind Blast on cooldown first. Being our medium length cooldown, I don't want to hold on to it during all of this. Yep, and got all my dots out. Radiance and uppies. It must be freedoms that are canceling out that dot. Really nice. Paladin utility, I tell you what. When someone good is playing them. LOL. You can tell I've never done it. Did it automatically. That's something else I haven't talked about in a while either. I have an add-on that anytime I mount, it casts a shield first. Helps our paints up cooldown. Builds palms. It's free. Okay, so on this boss we have damage on open. Shield and Desperate Prayer. And Evangelism.
Tank hit.
Thankfully we have a decurse. Highlighted with the grid 2, that is an area to focus.
AoE.
Playing Fade liberally throughout this section.
Tank hit.
Just got PI.
AoE.
Yep, sent it. Yeah, and this is an area where you can really feel the reactionary Discipline Priest play.
Mark.
You just wait for the damage to go out, and if you have an instant radiance, you react. I have to say, I don't really like that playstyle. I feel like Discipline has gotten quite far away from being a proactive role. Like, what about Rapture? Can you give us that at least? Yeah, there's really nothing, not too much that's proactive here anymore. Okay, I had a curse, so I melded it off.
Tank hit.
We also have Evangelism. Yep. So if I were being a little bit better, I'd be attacking the totems.
Tank hit. AoE.
Fade before the hit. Precast a Radiance on top of the damage. Precasting is kind of proactive healing, but it's... Yeah. I think we have a death here from the Paladin. Maybe it's coming up. I think we do still. I did pre-watch this video, so let's see. Just got PI. I think I'm waiting for the add phase. Fade is played before the damage. PI's out.
Tank hit.
So wasn't the best ramp for the uppies. We almost got in trouble there. Looks like I played a paints up before I went up.
Tank hit.
But yeah, thankfully we got through, and there goes the paladin. I think that was just ground damage. And also, I don't like how Bigwigs renamed all of the spells. Can I turn all that off with, like...
Mark.
Oh yeah, and I remember I tried battle resing here just for the record. I was trying. I need to remember to check my keybind. I think maybe my macro broke or something. But yeah, props to the paladin here. He was battle resed, but declines it. I've seen so many keys where people will not only spin to res, but then the other person will accept it with 2% on a fight. And it's just, I don't know how that's such a problem, really. You gotta determine if it's good or bad. Okay, coming up here, we have evangelism, a paints up, and I have no range on the tank. I think I opened straight into evangelism. Defensive penance to recover. Paints up. Yeah, I would say it was kind of a miracle we got through that without deaths. I was a little bit behind trying to drink. And we don't really ramp our heals until we have dots out and shadow mend, so... Quick dispels. And I'm already thinking about my Shadow Meld drink, but I don't think I get one in here. As I've been playing these higher keys, it's increasingly like more and more important to nail your Meld drink as Oracle. And it doesn't always work if you're not careful. I think this one coming up did not work. Yeah, I think I missed the meld, and then I'm low mana throughout the whole hallway. Didn't work. I really want to get dots out here. Defensive penance for the tank. And the best thing I can say about penance overall, generally, I like my penance to be used offensively. Using them defensively is like kind of a win to and win not to thing. But I like reserving Shadow Mends for the group healing and penance for offensive. Okay, yeah, I'm at 9% mana. That's not good. All I'm thinking about is saving mana. So I'm not playing Mind Blast unless I need it. I'm only smiting for atonements. I'm only using Radiance, no single targets. Spent PI because I only got 6.5 minutes. Couple dots, putting penance on cooldown, setting up for puppies. So here comes his focused guard. Group damage, honestly pretty light. All it really needs is a Mind Blast and offensive penance. Defensive penance for myself. And 2% mana. So I do have Meld back. I'm already kind of planning where I'm going to put it. And it's going to be after the next focus guard, I think is the play. But I don't think I get it off successfully either, which is cringe. Okay, I have evangelism. I think I play it. Yep. With Mind Blast, offensive penance, shield the tank, setting up for my meld. 6%. Oh my god. To 19. Ouch. The ground damage would have killed me. Okay, restacking my palm, playing a radiance for the cooldown.
Signal the alarms.
I shield with my mount cast. Drink with the team in range. So this boss, similar to the last one, heavy group damage on open.
Clear.
Fade is obvious, but I also played Desperate Prayer there just to get it rolling. We have tons of pain sups in the chamber.
Dodge.
I think I want to play Mind Blast here. My thought is we get 2 Mind Blasts before the adds.
Clear.
Definitely want a Mind Blast on the add phase. I'm picked. I have a shield on. Fade.
Tank knock.
Unloaded penance. Okay, so here come the adds. Definitely want to play a Fade for the aggro table. Definitely want to play Mind Blast for the output. And I'll probably play an Evangelism here too.
Dodge.
Second Mind Blast at the end of the attack. Arguably, I would say that's not the play I'd like to do on the next round. I think I do change it. Yeah, you definitely want a Mind Blast for this, the Bone Infusion. Looks like this one worked out, actually, with all the haste.
Clear.
Void Shield the ones that are picked. You can see those private auras.
Tank knock.
Shadow Mend 1, Defensive Penance the other. Second Shadow Mend. Void Shield tank.
Dodge. Clear.
Mind Blast. Early. Fade.
Tank knock.
Flash Heal. I like, always remembering Flash Shield procs a 10% damage reduction. So playing those anytime you take damage. Okay, Faded early. PI on the adds. Setting up for uppies. Cast Radiance into the uppies. Shadow Mend to Paladin. And this Mind Blast I have for the
AoE.
Bone Infusion. Fade preemptively. Evangelism as a reaction.
Clear.
Tank knock.
Paints up the Shaman because I had him to give. And on second watch there, it looks like he missed his mechanics, so thankfully we have a kill here.
Clear.
Okay, I have a fat penance to give. Boss is almost dead. Go ahead and use my Desperate Prayer. Unload the penance. Flash heal. Boss down. Yeah, so this is my first time 20. It was pretty fun. I've been queuing into 20s with no expectation. Only got a couple invites, failed them all except this one. Usually it takes, a couple attempts of a certain dungeon until you time it. Got out my first try here, so it was a little bit caught off guard. It's a pretty smooth run overall. Only a couple mistakes, but 20s, as long as people are doing their job, you can afford a couple mistakes. But yeah, I think Discipline, I mean, I'm having fun. I know a lot of people don't think it's that strong right now, but this was a pretty easy 20 if you ask me.
I could not save them.
I don't know, I guess I try and level the playing field a little bit with my approach. Using custom run command macros to fire at the tank does a lot for
We must
helping
keep
that
moving.
cause.
Our objective is
But
near.
yeah, until next time guys, Disc.